So everyone, let's just settle into our meditation posture. And if you are sitting on a chair with your feet down on the ground, just have them in a parallel position and perhaps a little cushion underneath your feet. But if you are in just the regular cross-legged position for meditation, try not to be sitting on something too soft. You need to be a little bit supported underneath you. And a cushion under your sit bones, keeping your pelvis level. The whole of that pelvic bowl needs to be level, not sort of tipping too far back. So now let's just have our hands in the meditation mudra. That's the right hand nestled in the left with the thumbs touching. Good morning, Steve. I'm sorry, Victor and Steve. The shoulders are aligned with the hips. So let's just imagine now our spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the base of the spine all the way up through the crown of the head and out. And perhaps somebody is above you, behind you, very gently lengthening your spine. And just feel it very gently. It's not quite a stretch, but it's almost like a letting go of all the releasing of all the muscles that are so tight, and getting some space in between the vertebrae, the discs. And you can imagine your head is going towards the ceiling, the top of the crown. Now tip the head slightly forward, and we do this to stop any agitation in the mind. If the head is tipped back, the chin is up, the mind gets agitated when you're meditating, so we keep it just slightly tipped forward, not too far forward, otherwise you'll fall back to sleep. So just slightly tipped forward. The eyes are looking along the length of the nose, if they were open, to a spot about 2 inches ahead of you on the ground. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, and relax the jaw. And let's just bring our attention to the crown of the head and relax the scalp. And the forehead. Malkamkara. And the eyes, the nose, the cheeks. And that area around the mouth, just relax that whole area there. And then bring your attention to the back of the head, the scalp, the back. And just relax that area. And just immediately notice what starts to relax again on your face. You thought you'd relaxed it already. Now relax the ears, the inner ear, excuse me, and the temples, and the occipital area, the base of the skull, the neck, and your shoulders, upper thoracic area, in between your shoulder blades, and the chest, and the belly, and your limbs, hands, fingers. Relax your feet and toes. And let's just bring our mind to the breath and notice the sensation of the air as you're breathing in. So it's slightly cool. And as you're breathing out, it's a little bit warmer. If there's any sound in your environment, just allow those sounds to be there. Try not to have the mind go off and investigate. And just notice the thoughts that are arising in the mind. So just Just allow them to arise, to abide, and to just disappear. So here the thing is to try not to engage at this point in time with your thoughts. Just allow them to run and don't judge them or yourself. And bring the mind to the breath. So let's bring to mind now all the people of our life, the ones we love, our friends, the people who support us. And then there's the ones we don't like that much. They irritate us maybe slightly, we irritate them. And then there's our strangers. These are people we don't know, don't necessarily think about terribly much, we're indifferent to. But they all are the same. They're the same as us in their wish to be happy, to constantly look for things to make them happy. iPads, phones, computers, something to watch on the screen, something to eat, a holiday. But when it happens, you're never quite satisfied. Maybe satisfied for a moment, but it doesn't last. So everybody's the same that way, to some degree or another. And then to constantly be trying to avoid suffering and always running into problems somehow. And then there's this, we all have this unbelievable capacity for kindness, compassion, for enlightenment. So even the ones we don't like, they have this capacity as well. But it's hard to see. So I think this morning we're going to do this couple of little meditations in order to benefit all the people of our life and by extension all sentient beings and ourselves as we move along our spiritual path. So bring your mind back to the breath again. And as you're breathing in, let's just try equalizing our breath before we move into our 9-round breathing. So breathe in and just notice. You can count up to 4 or 3 or 4. Try 4 as you're breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause, and then breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 3, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Breathe out for 3, 3, 2, 1. And breathe in for 2, 1, 2, and breathe out. 2, 1. And just release the technique. And bring the mind back to the breath. So with the 9-round breathing, for those of you who haven't done it before here, it's just a technique, a breathing technique that the more advanced practitioners will use as they prepare for some of the higher practices. So it's called purifying the airs or cleaning the airs in the channels, but we're doing it at a very, very basic level here. So we imagine you can block the left nostril with the right finger if you like, or if you've been doing yoga, this is called valving, and you may have been taught a different way to do this, but just block one nostril, left nostril, and breathe in through the right nostril. And you imagine you're breathing in blissful, radiant white light. And you pause at the top of the breath. So you can breathe in for 3 or 4 here if you like. It's quite good to make the breath equal. And then just move the finger over to block the right nostril as you breathe out through the left. And as you're breathing out, you imagine you're breathing out all your, all your anxiety, all your unhealthy desire, all your attachment and grasping and neediness and wanting. So it's all a kind of attachment energy. And it leaves the body as thick, black, yucky smoke, and it disappears into space. And you do that 3 times. Now you take your left hand, left index finger, you can block the right nostril this time. Breathing in through the left, blissful, radiant white light. And you pause at the top of the breath. Move the finger over and breathe out through the right nostril, anger energy. So this is just kind of all those times where we feel resentful and grudges and wishing to harm and wanting to get back at people, and it's internalized anger is depression and jealousy. All of this kind of very, very heavy energy which is so disturbing. And you breathe that out as thick, black, yucky smoke, and that disappears into space. So you don't breathe it back in, it's just gone. And you do that 3 times. And then you breathe in through both nostrils, blissful, radiant white light, and it fills the whole body. And you pause at the top of the breath, and then breathe out ignorance, just not knowing the way things are. And if you haven't studied the teachings in this tradition, you can just simply think of just not understanding, miscommunicating. But for those people who know about emptiness, imagine you're breathing out ignorance energy, and do that 3 times. Okay, so let's just give this a go. And let's just we'll do 3 rounds. So 3 sets like that in your own time. So if you're finished, just bring your mind back to the breath while we wait for everyone. And if your mind has already started to move out to all the things you need to do today, just very gently bring it back. You'll get there soon enough. And remember, you have the people of your life, all the sentient beings with you, all around. So imagine as you're breathing in this time, and you can also count for this if you wish, breathe in all the positive energy of the universe. And you're breathing this in as blissful, radiant, white light. You can imagine it's flowing into every part of your body, filling every cell and every atom, making you light, relaxed, and blissful. And you imagine this through each inhalation. Now as you're exhaling, imagine you're breathing out dark smoke with every exhalation. And imagine that all your negative energy, past mistakes, all these distorted ideas we have about ourselves and others and things in general, all the emotions that disturb us, all of this leaves the body with the breath in the form of thick smoke or fog. And as you breathe it out, it disappears into space completely. You don't breathe it back in, it doesn't pollute the environment. Just imagine it becomes non-existent and feel really confident that you've freed yourself of every trace of negative energy in the body, in the mind. So we'll just do this for a while. Breathing out all the dark smoke of your problems and breathing in all the white light of positive energy of the universe. If you're distracted by thoughts or sensations, just try and observe them without getting too involved or without engaging. And you can also breathe out your distractions as dark smoke, fog. Okay, everybody, so just relax and let's just dedicate all the positive energy we've created this morning together in these meditations to all the people of our life and all sentient beings finding everlasting peace and happiness, peace of mind. Okay, thank you so much. Wonderful concentration, everybody. Thank you so much. It's fantastic. Well done.